January 6, 2022, when he alleges that the grape happened. All right. According to Braxton, him and Mark went out drinking. They went back to Mark's house. They had another drink. Braxton started to feel funny, according to him. And when he woke up, he had these Apple Pays, 3,000, 3,980. Okay. And when he went to go take a shower, he had some blood on a towel, according to Braxton. And when Braxton asked Mark what happened, Mark told him they had sex. Braxton claims he did not want to go to a hospital in Atlanta because he was with the VA and he's a veteran. He waited until he got back to California a couple days later to go to the doctor. And eventually he said he tested positive for herpes and sued later. And here we are, right? Now, when Braxton shows this text on his...
Storm, hold up. I have to say something, Storm, so they'll know. Okay, you guys, Storm is explaining a lot of things right now, but I really have to say he's calmer than he was these last couple of days. Storm was emotional. He was upset, and the person he stayed on the phone with was me for hours. So we just want to make sure that you guys understand what's going on. At the end of the day, some things that he said in the beginning that I'm going to correct. I just want to say when he said about the black skin, dark skin, light skin, that's all over the world. Darker people like light-skinned people like dark people. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. That is what it is in this situation. When Storm got the cease and desist, they said that they wanted him to get to his representative. So we're going to show you what Storm did. But Storm going all the way back now because this whole thing was an interview. This whole thing was spun out on this man's channel, and he went to other channels to express what he felt. But through this whole thing, after Storm called me and he saw that paper, it was emotional to him. I had to look at it and think for a moment, and then I started back talking to Storm because Storm said he jumped up on his page. So why would Storm go back and look at anything? And it was just an interview, and everybody had said the same thing. So now we're going back to 2022 when this happened. Mind you, Braxton said he made $16,000 a month. He signed a contract in 2001. When he signed the contract in 2001, when this payment was made, Storm, what date was this payment made?
This payment was on January 6, 2022. So allegedly, this was the night that the grape happened. All right. And when Braxton woke up on January 7th, he had these Apple Pays, right? But he only shows the 3,000. The 3,000, the 980. Don't forget to pay her today. I won't. What he doesn't show is this last part. He said, I had a good time last night. Why would you ever say I had a good time last night if you had been raped?
Hold up. And Storm, let me ask you, if you have any children in the room, this is a time to remove them out because it's getting ready to get ugly. Now, I researched it myself. He said that he wiped the stuff. He had blood on the towel. Blood would have been on the sheets and everything else. But how do we know you didn't have hemorrhoids? Okay. So tell me, Storm, if a man is violated of that magnitude and you are that raped, as you say, what would happen? What would be going on? What would be his conclusion?
I went to Chat GPT. Okay. And because why not ask Chat GPT?
Okay.
And wait. I literally had to put in first time bottoming advice so to learn about this. So y'all, I'm dedicated. Okay. It says I asked if a man who has never bottomed was raped, would he be able to wait 2 days to go to the doctor? It says if a man who has never bottomed, received anal penetration was raped, he should not wait 2 days to go to the doctor because of potential HIV exposing, STI prevention and treatment, injury assessment. Anal rape, especially in someone with no prior penetration experience, would cause tearing, bleeding, and internal damage. Early treatment reduces risk of infection and long-term complications. Now, when I first did that interview, my homeboy that live in LA, I ain't gonna say his name, but he is gay. And I don't know if he's a bottom or not, but I'm assuming, but I may be wrong. Anyway, he said, I don't believe this because if Braxton had been eating the night before, if he works out, if he eats a lot of protein, if he had not prepared to take anything, it would have been a shitty mess the next day. It would not have been just blood. It would have been a shitty mess the next day. A man, remember, Braxton allegedly is straight. He has a wife and he has a baby on the way, right? So if a man has never been anally penetrated, I'll use me. I've never been anally penetrated. For me to pass out and receive some sex, the next morning you would be ripped, blood, feces, and you wouldn't be able to walk. You wouldn't be able to just go hop in the shower and go about your day for a couple of days until you get back to LA. I'm gonna use another example. I've watched a lot of those prison documentaries on MSNBC. When those guys get raped, and a lot of times it's gang raping, the next day, the guards literally have to like hold them up as they walk them to the nurse. Like they can't just get up and go walk to the nurse. They have to they literally hold them up and they're like, hey, I need you to use your legs. I need you to use your legs. I remember a vivid scene of them hoisting up a guy and taking him to the nurse, and he had just a trail of blood. I'm not trying to make light of it. But at the end of the day, this ain't all adding up. And what I started to think was this really great, or did Mark and Braxton have a relationship? Did they have a relationship?
Storm showed a picture in the beginning of a black car. That black car, Mark was supposed to go pick up Braxton. I don't know too many men gonna film another man picking him up. That's one. I don't think Mark is stupid enough to let this man film his car, say we going out to dinner, and take him back to the house and violate him. Why would he do that? What would be the purpose? Because he know he would be done got caught up. And the thing of that is, go ahead.
No. And I just thought about this too, Essie, and I just thought about this. Mark is the senior vice president at Tyler Perry Studios.
Correct.
What fucking senior vice president books a ticket for an extra?
None.
They got people to do that. Why would Mark, as a senior vice president, have booked this young man's ticket to come to Atlanta to film for the Oval? Why would the senior vice president do that? I just thought about that. They have plenty of people to do that. That's beneath a senior vice president to be booking people's tickets.
Well, this is the thing too. You said, Storm, that if a man had a head penetration like that, it would have been all messed up. So no disrespect, my First Amendment right, I can say, Braxton, he looked like he got a little sugar in his tank. 1, 2, all that time you stayed 2 days in Georgia and you said you got raped, but you stayed 2 days in Georgia. Where did you spend that $7,000 in them 2 days? And then you waited till you came back to California, but how long in between there? We don't know the doctor dates. We haven't saw anything. How long did you wait afterwards to go to the doctor? Okay, when that happened. And also, you said you had a good time. So now they're saying that you are not a victim, but you may be a victim in your own mind because you didn't want nobody to know you had sugar in your tank and y'all was cool together. So if y'all was cool together and you got male friends, you're not going to want to tell the truth. But the tendencies from what I saw after Storm brought it to me, it's all messed up at this point. And I speak to you as an advocate, not trying to diminish nothing he said, but it's the principle of what has transpired and went on that made me have so many red flags. He said it was blood on the towel. We don't know. You could have hemorrhoids, okay? You said you stayed in Atlanta 2 days afterwards. You might have just didn't see Mark. You could have went and met someone else. And also, Tyler Perry, no disrespect to anyone, because if you are a victim, then you do what you do. I would pay nobody no $260 million for anything. You know why? What they are doing is illegal, and I'm not sure why the lawyers are not saying nothing. these actors are entrapping these people. So y'all saying what y'all want on the text messages. So it doesn't matter what we see. They got the rest of the text messages. So you're basically incriminating yourself trying to do these kind of things. And basically y'all making them entrapment. So really they should be suing these people for entrapment. And I wouldn't give nobody no $260 million because you sat up there with Tyler or whoever you was going back and forth with. Same with Mark and Braxton, and you guys went back and forth. So Braxton had something personal with this man, and this man don't want everybody to know his business. And what stood out most to me, when Storm sent me the letter from his attorney, that when he said rape, most lawyers don't put that on there. They say violated, sexual assault or something. He said Mark did not rape this man. Okay. So Mark didn't rape him, and we back in 2022, Storm, when you just sold those Cashaps or those Apple Pay, right?
Yeah.
That was in 2020. So right now, y'all, 2022 of January, he got paid $7,000 to go and do whatever. He said that it was just Mark, but we don't know that because he stayed 2 more days in Atlanta. And then what after that, he go to doctor. But also, why did he say after 2022? Why wasn't he singing in? Why didn't he say something in 2022? Well, I think after that, at 2023. What was going on? It's like it went dead. He didn't say nothing.
And then he came back. So let's go back through some of these texts between him and Mark. Okay, so this is the Delta confirmation, and this is from. And it's from. Oh, wait a minute. This is another detail I just peeped. Swinton at yahoo.com. That means Mark paid for Braxton's flight from his personal account. This don't say Marquis Swinton at Tyler Perry Studios. This is not a corporate email. This is Mark's personal email. So Mark personally paid for Braxton's flight to Atlanta. Hold up.
And you can't be mad that Storm is pointing out these details now, because if Mark lawyer hadn't contacted Storm, we wouldn't have looked back this far, because to know that you just targeted Storm, which is illegal, because now you target Storm and you didn't target anybody else. And we're going to get to that too. But we went all the way back now, because once I saw that letter, I just started asking questions. It had to make sense. And we're going to show you some other things that don't make sense. Yeah. Not saying whatever Braxton feel like happened, but we just saying it has to make sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we went through these texts before, but just real quick. Okay, where you at? Meet me at door S3, walking the baggage claim now. You still in the terminal or you off the escalator? So Mark paid for the flight personally and also picked him up from the airport, waited for him. And y'all know Atlanta airport ain't no joke, right? He said, look, I'm here parked in the cell phone lot. As soon as you're walking outside, I will drive around. He waited for him. This is deeper than a working relationship, and that's the part we got to talk about. Boom, I'm checked in, brother. I'm on a plane. Have a safe flight. I'll be there to pick you up when you land. Why would a senior vice president pick up an extra in a show?
Tyler, Quarter people want to know. The people want to know. Since he made this, and this is the thing, Braxton, they asked Storm to remove his videos, and by law, we did that because we didn't have to do anything. But because of the integrity of what Storm carries on his page, we said, okay, we will shut it down. And Storm shut him down, and we responded, and we'll do that in a minute. We responded 2 days, not even 48 hours, no, 24 hours. Storm responded back in 24 hours. He's going to let you know what he said, but let's keep going, Storm.
Boom. Now, here's another text that Braxton put up. He said, I'm headed to the airport now. I'm very excited to see you. Mark texted back and said, oh, me too, Braxton. Drive safe. So this was, and see, another thing Braxton did, he put these texts all out of order. He cut off a lot of shit so you couldn't really get the full context. Right. So as Braxton is heading to LAX airport, he texts Mark and say, hey, I'm very excited to see you. Oh, me too, Braxton. Smiley face, drive safe. What does that seem like to you?
You actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked at Braxton. Braxton, if you listening, I ain't trying to say nothing about you, but you seem like you have a little sugar chain, especially when I seen that choker around your neck. That was a nice choker, by the way, too. Did you buy that with that $7,000 that Mark gave you? Because right now it seemed like it was a little more personal, and this is not the first time it happened. Y'all just messed up when you served Storm that cease and desist, because we went back through everything he sent now, and look what's happening. And that was a good point, Storm. He didn't do it through his business account. He did it to his personal.
And I just thought about something else too. Hindsight's a motherfucker.
Come on.
When I was doing my show and I was going through those texts, that's when Braxton hopped in my chat. I just thought about it because I'm like, why didn't I read all of this off? So as I was asking those questions, he hopped in the chat because he probably knew I would let him up to get the interview. Oh, that's a slick. Oh, that's a slick. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm saying he's slick. He's slick.
He played on Storm emotions, and once we went back and started looking, it's gonna get good, y'all. This ain't even the icing on the cake yet. I'm just saying now, on both levels, we could tell that Mark's private. I went back through his stuff, and I'm gonna say, as an advocate, over 30 years, no disrespect, and he could be, I don't know, behind closed doors, but Mark don't have the demeanor of a rapist. He does not have the demeanor of a rapist. And why would you be happy to go see him? And this ain't your first time going to see him. This is just a time that he wanted us to know what happened.
Now, let's go. Boom. Let's read this. You're definitely right about that. Yeah, I'm definitely ready to spill everything to you, brother. Like, I'm happy to have you in my life, brother. Yeah, don't stress, brother. I can't even imagine how much work you got coming at you. You got this. I'll make sure to bring your energy back up and not stress, brother. I got your back. Yeah, get some food in you. And yeah, I haven't ate all day myself, and grab something to eat myself. Don't this remind you of the text between Tyler and Derek Dixon?
Yeah, but
it does to me. It does to me because I read that lawsuit.
Yeah, but it's entrapment. It's still entrapment. Y'all doing this, and then you're going to take it and sweet talk them and say what you want to say. But I would think Tyler Perry and them are smarter than this, and you're not, because you're sitting up there letting people trap you to do this. So let me make myself clear on this. In the state of Georgia, for sure, St. Louis is another state. If a person can tape you without you knowing it, if I'm in Georgia and I want to tape you, as long as I acknowledge that I know I'm taping you, I don't have to tell you anything. So Tyler, this is to protect you now. People come in with glasses, purses, buttons, ink pens, anything you could put on. I can have a tape recorder on right now in my earrings. I can have it on a button. So this is an easy way for them to transition to entrap you into that, which should be illegal, to entrap someone and then turn around and use it and then for monetary gain. I like that. Go store. And look how you put the little hearts by it. Look how you put the little hearts by it. Right. That's Mark them hearts, right? Mark is the hearts, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Now let me say another thing, because people in the chat was like, why he keeps saying brother every 5 seconds? Listen, that's how niggas flirt. That's how black men flirt with each other. You may look at the text or the DMs, like for example, let's say y'all think your man DL or whatever, right? So you start going through his messages with him and his homeboys. They call each other bro all the time. They also do that when they're flirting. So all that bro talk, brother, that don't mean shit. They're not going to say, oh, my baby, oh, my this or my that, because you got to remember, it's still two men. It's still two men. Men will suck each other off and dap each other up. Men will give each other back shots and then pull up their pants and be gangbanging on the block. So don't think that signs of masculinity denotes any homosexuality, because it does not. I've had some famous niggas hit on me, and there was a whole bunch of bros in those messages. And I'm not gonna tell y'all who, because some of them niggas is real killers. All right, moving along.
They do that though because they don't want you to know that they're on the down low. So they're gonna use that code because they don't want that. And again, before I would pay out any money to anybody to see what these people are doing to Tyler Perry need to get his own advocate and go through each one of the people, because someone said that they told him to go to the human resources. Why didn't he go? I'm just asking. And remember, y'all, he had $7,000 to blow in 2 days out there in Atlanta the first time. We still don't know quite the date when he went to the doctor. We don't know what the doctor said, and we don't know what he told the doctor. But at this time, from what Storm explained, I wouldn't say it was what he said it was, rape. That's what they said it was not. And I'm not trying to demean what he say. I'm not trying to say it didn't happen. I'm just saying the facts don't stick, Braxton, now that we looked at everything. Go, Storm.
All right. Braxton went on to say, hell yeah, and no, I understand, brother. You're not boring me. We are just better talking in person more. And I can't wait. And my day is going good. Just been sitting here thinking to myself about a lot of the things and how far I came and how I haven't realized how blessed I've been. I'll tell you everything tomorrow about the journey I've been having because I don't have a lot of friends, Mark. And there's reasons towards that. And now God is paving the way for me. And you came in my life and it's truly a blessing. But how is your day going?
And look what Braxton said. He said, Braxton, Mark said, Braxton, I have few friends too. It is hard to trust people. It is hard to be, see what I'm saying? That right there. He trusted Braxton, and Braxton turned around and used this entrapment to come at Mark like this, making it seem like it was something else and alluding to the fact all the text messages. You pretty much acting like you sweet on bro. Mark, I mean, it's basically telling the end of messages. And see, if Storm had read this, Storm probably would have stopped it. But Braxton came up there and gave his 2 cents because no one ever started going back asking about the dates. That was my first time. Storm, what was the date on this and what was the date? All this is going to pan out in a moment. No, you didn't say booty bandit. Oh my God.
You know the chat gonna do their thing.
They doing their thing. All right.
He said, man, Braxton, thanks. I didn't want to bore you by continuing to text you that I am excited, but I am excited. Mark was excited to see him. Why would Mark be so excited to see an extra in a TV show? He says, I am looking forward to you and me vibing and continuing to get to know each other tomorrow night, which is the alleged night that the grape happened, allegedly.
Come on, Storm.
We are going to have an awesome dinner at one of my favorite restaurants. And then we'll go to my house and chill for the night. This is a motherfucking date.
Wait a minute, Storm. Go back up to the top one. Go back up to the top one. What Braxton said right quick. That blue one at the top. Roll back down. Look, go to that. What did that say right there?
He said, "Hey Mark, I want to say you are truly a great friend, brother, because no one has done this for me, and I appreciate you so much. God has led you to me for a reason. I'm so sick of y'all motherfuckers using God. God has led you to me for a reason."
And at the bottom, listen, after Storm started reading that, homeboy said, hell yeah, what? What's that bottom one say? Hell yeah, I understand.
Now
look at the bottom.
That was this text here. You see how he got him out of order.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
So let's really look at let's look at the play. Apparently, Mark and Braxton had at least a telephone relationship for a long time, right? They had been talking. This sounds like the build-up. This sounds like okay. So Mark has been blessing him. What does that mean? To me, that gotta be money. But I'll let y'all decide. I'll let you come to that conclusion in your head, right? So then they talk, and then Braxton gets that role on the Oval. How did he really get that role? Did he really audition, or did Mark just put him in there? I don't know. Mark personally flies him out. Why didn't Tyler Perry Studios pay for his flight? It came from Mark's personal email, not the corporate email. He get out there. They got dinner planned, drinks, and then chill at my house, and I'm picking you up from the airport. Nigga, Mark was ready to fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Mark was ready to fuck.
You don't know that for sure.
Mark was ready to fuck. Mark dick was hard. Let's get up out of here. I know Mark took that Viagra that morning. That dick was ready. Do you hear me? That dick was ready. Listen, I'm a man. I already know the play. This is what you do for women. This is what you do.
Out to dinner, y'all. He wanted to dine them out to dinner. Say he even told Braxton he could say, I want to go back to your house. He was ready to go. Any more nasty text messages?
We gonna go dinner, drinks, and then chill at my house. Why am I chilling with an extra in my TV show? And you know what the real problem? You know what the real problem is in Tyler Perry Studios? Y'all fraternize with your employees. That's the problem. This is all out of order. You're the senior vice president. There's no reason why you should be personally texting an extra in a TV show.
Hired help. And they were paying an extra $16,000 a month. That's a lot of money for an extra now.
Now, let's move right along, right? Okay, hold on. They start talking about their liquor. Don Julio, now 1942 is my favorite. And I occasionally do herbal. Okay. Mark said, yes, it has been cold here in Atlanta. Braxton says, I'm gonna bring some warm clothes. Mark said, do you mix your 1942 with anything in particular? Braxton said, just usually lemonade. So Mark even had your favorite liquor.
Let's go, Braxton. Since you told everybody the truth.
He had his favorite liquor. Man, oh my God.
Come on over to my place. Yeah.
Let's keep
going.
On.
These text messages juicy.
Golly. Okay.
Go back one song. What did he say? Good morning. Wait a minute. Go back one.
Yeah, he said, Braxton, good morning. I'm booking you a flight now. What is your middle name and your date of birth? And if you have a frequent flyer miles. And so he gave them all that. So that's just their email information. But this is what I wanted to get to, because we got all that. This right here. This is Braxton walking up to Mark's car.
Oh, happy. He all happy like a humbug, ain't he? No, we ain't blaming on the alcohol. We're going to blame it on some other stuff. It ain't going to be alcohol. He knew what he was doing. What man does that? What man films him getting in another car with another dude? I don't know none. Damn. But we weren't hearing this when he was up here talking what he was saying, y'all. It's getting ready to get way deeper, people. Way deeper.
And I felt sorry for him. And I also have to be careful, because if I'm talking to an actual victim, you know, I have to handle them a certain way. I don't want to come at them crazy, but you got to tell us the whole story. You got to tell us. So this is what hoes do. This is what Instagram thotties do.
What date was that on that? What date was that when he went there? Do it show the date on there? Nah, July 6th.
This the date? Yeah.
July 6th. Mm-hmm. Oh, he just put it up July 6th. It didn't happen July 6th. He put it up July 6th. He was building his story. He was building his story up.
Now, okay. So now with that being said, I still kept saying, like, damn, why is these niggas this mad at me for simply telling just interviewing the guy? And I didn't add in extra shit. I was pretty neutral. I pride myself on being neutral, but it's so hurtful when I'm respectful and I continue to just get bullied and targeted by people like Tyler Perry Studios. Why are you worried about me? Why are you bullying me?
You light-skinned it, though. You light-skinned it. You light-skinned it. I'm just saying. Now, y'all, he's a handsome man, but let's go further. Now, what I noticed is, we went searching, y'all, because I needed to know after they did that. We wanted to know, Storm say, why him? There had been nothing in 2023 about this. Braxton said nothing.
It's a Storm show. Ay, it's a Storm show.